Hello, this is Andre, and this is my YouTube vlog for July 6th, 2010. And, it's been a lot of things going on with me, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. It's something that I did and something that I do when these kind of things happen to me. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about a musical thing today. I love funk music. Okay, I've been listening to funk since I was about 15 years old. Actually, I've been listening to funk since I was, 5 and didn't even know it. My dad used to dance with me to a song by a man named Herbie Hancock called Watermelon Man from an album called Headhunters. And, we had 45s we'd play and dance around in the house. And we'd be like, Earth, Wind and Fire and Kool and the Gang and all of that. But when I was 16, he played a compilation called The Funk Essentials. And people on it, most people don't even know about, like Hamilton Bohannon and a lot of other great people. And I listened to the music, and I heard so much in it. And a lot of these songs were about dancing and love affairs and, implied things like that, but, And see, that's one of the things that a lot of people who know anything about funk music think it is. They think it's about dancing, aggression, and all of that, and it's predominantly a black music. But it goes far beyond that, and I'll explain. Funk sounds dirty when you say it. A man named George Clinton said funk used to be a bad word. We think of funky as dirty and bad, and that's just a name. It's like rock and roll. Sometimes rock and roll doesn't sound like a rock and roll. Sometimes funk doesn't sound like funk. It doesn't sound dirty at all. It's beautiful. And then I started listening to things like Ancestral Ceremony by Kool and the Gang from 1975. Or Born Under Punches by the Talking Heads from 1980. Or songs like Pastime Paradise by a man I think we all know, Stevie Wonder. And these songs, you heard something in it. You heard the pulse of the drum, the first instrument, from Africa, one of the oldest continents on the planet. You heard a it was like a whole bunch of heartbeats beating as one, and you felt your heart beating too. And you'd hear Stevie Wonder sing about things like we've been spending most of our lives in a pastime paradise, looking to days long gone behind. You hear Kool and the Gang singing about the ancestral ceremony, and they're scientists of sound, and they're mathematically putting it down, as it were. They're singing in their own kind of street dialect, but scientists of sound, they're getting deep into things. And, one thing I've realized over the years is that I know somebody now who I really have a strong affection for who's into country music. And I listen to a lot of country music lately, and country music, I see a lot of the funk spirit in that for the people who like country music. I mean, not some of the country that's just commercial, but some of the deep country, like Johnny Cash or Dolly Parton or someone like that. You hear that spirit. Sometimes you even hear that drum sound, and you hear Dolly Parton singing about the coat of many colors. Even back as far as Johnny Cash with that singing about the Ring of Fire or I Walk the Line or whatever. You hear a lot of that coming out in that music too, and when you really understand it, it makes you realize a lot about yourself. Now, there's a song that I was supposed might belong to the funk genre in some ways, but you may not think it does, and it's called Window of Love by the Jan Hammer Group, and he's a man who performed the theme song for Miami Vice. It sounds a little like Elton John, I guess, but what Window of Love really is about, it's not just about finding a love in your life at all. It's about knowing who you are. It's like that old song, It's Not Easy Being Green. It talks about people who are asleep in darkness and being blind to the loneliness they see around them, and it has two things that I'll never forget in it. The song says, fears are walls separating those people who are waiting for windows to be opened and to open your heart. And then at the end it says, move in the right direction now. See, we are reflections of kindness we are given. And see, that is what funk is about to me. Not dirty music, Not what people write about, not what they say about it or they perceive about it, but what it says and what it is. We are reflections of kindness we are given. And when funk can do something like that, when it can reach inside of you, like country music or blues or any kind of, or classical, anything you listen to, funk is all part of that great link of the chain of music. And for those of you who have never heard the music before, or who think it's a bunch of songs about love roller coasters and flashlights and all of that, which is cool, it's fine, listen to songs like Kool and the Gang's Ancestral Ceremony. Seek out that Jan Hammer song, Window of Love. Listen to the lyrics, or listen to some Earth, Wind and Fire songs like Imagination. And, you know, you'll hear Philip Bailey, and I can do a good imitation of him. Magic mirror comes and search my heart. Can you tell me what you see? Maybe I sound like it, maybe I don't, but that is what funk can say to you. So don't get all messed up on the name. Country sounds so good. You know, the name sounds so good. Blues may sound okay. Funk may sound dirty and filthy, but it has some beautiful things to say. And if you open your mind to it, as another artist who did a funk song, if you open your mind, you'll fly. This is Andre signing out.